Leaving freedom to find peace. I tell you that, you know what? That pretty much speaks for itself. All I have to do is let you know that we are live and in color right here on the number one faith-based, motivational, and inspirational broadcast platform in the country, a GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. Yours truly. And I tell you, I am honored, I'm privileged, I'm blessed, I'm grateful, and I tell you, I can't even begin to express my gratitude and appreciation for this young man. I tell you, he is always up, ready, willing, and able to share what it is that has been placed on his heart. Good afternoon, sir, and I'm going to ask you, how are you doing today?
Reverend, I'm doing very well. Thank you. How are you?
Oh, you know what? If you have to ask me, I must be slipping. Come on now.
No, you're not slipping.
I'm not. You know what? You know what? I have to tell you, man. I appreciate you so much for a few reasons, and let me tell you what those reasons are. Number one, I appreciate you for being here with us on today. That is really something that is making my day. I appreciate you for becoming and accepting the invitation to be a part of our broadcast network family. And I appreciate you for allowing me to be a part of your journey. Do me a kind favor. Introduce yourself. Tell us who you are. Tell us where you're from. Who is Donald Godfrey? Tell us.
Well, Donald Godfrey. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida. I grew up in the 60s. My house was blown up by the Klan when I was in first grade. That's what the book is about. And that's because my mother integrated me into a all-white elementary school in Jacksonville, Florida in 1963. So anyway, my house was blown up. It kind of shaped my outlook on America, the home of the free and the brave. And, I don't think it's real brave to crawl up under someone's house and stick dynamite on it. But anyway, so it kind of shaped my future and began to kind of love Africa. Love is a big word, but I was always curious about Africa. I grew up during the Dashiki and the Black Power and the Nation of Islam Muslim movement, all of that, the civil rights movement, and so back then education was important. Education was very important, and many black people, and you see all of these militants, as they would call them, would do a lot of reading, and I just kind of followed in that path. That's all, and I began to understand, read African history, because the Black American history didn't start in slavery. I mean, in the books that we have here in the U.S., at least when I was coming up, our history started in slavery, and I was curious. Well, who were we before we became slaves? And then, you hear all the tales about black people selling each other and stuff like that. But as you begin to understand the times and the people and the things that were going on, you are, at least I was less angry, because now it's more of a economic thing. It was more of a battlefield thing. It was a lot of different aspects, other than they just wanted to grab people and sell them. But Pastor, like I said, I can talk all day.
Right,
so
right.
I'm going to stop it and let you get in.
Well, I love the fact that you have such a passion for what you're doing and leaving freedom to find peace. You know what? Break it down in layman's terms for all of our viewers and listeners around the world. But before you do that, let me say this. For those of you that don't know, now you know. Mr. Godfrey is one of our featured authors on the GMAP Broadcast Network, GMAP1.com. I encourage each and every one of you to stop by our platform, click on the tab that is simply titled Featured Authors. You will see a copy of the publication cover that I'm showing you currently on our television screen. All you have to do is click on that cover. It will take you to the necessary location to find out more intimate information and details about the publication as well as the author. Leaving Freedom to Find Peace. Tell us a little bit about it if you don't mind.
Like I was saying, that my house was blown up, and my house, our house was blown up. There was 3 sisters and one of my sisters, or one of my grandmother's half sister's husband. So let me kind of run through that again. 3 sisters had bought this house, and from what I understand, they put their money together to buy a house. And one of the half sister husband was a veteran, so I guess they got it on VA. I don't know. And my mother and me, we all lived in that house. One of the sisters, before the bombing, committed suicide for whatever reason. And, it's in the book, but and from that, we lived in a neighborhood that was 2 blocks of black people in Jacksonville, Florida. 2 blocks of blacks, and then we were surrounded all by white. And there was a white school about 5 blocks away, walking distance, at no more than 10 minutes walking, 15 minutes walk. So during that time, the Desegregation Act was implemented. I would have to look in my book and get the exact information on the Brown versus Wade. Yeah, Brown versus Wade. And anyway, my mother was part of the NAACP as a young person. She was 18, 19, no, she was more than that. She was 22, 23. And she enrolled me in the school in our neighborhood. And that caused problems. And from those problems, our house, we were threatened. They burned a cross in an empty field, like diagonal from our house. And, I don't know anything about the Klan. I don't know what that means. Matter of fact, when they were burning the cross, I ran to the window and was watching it, kind of amazed at this thing in flames. But February 15th, 1965, our house was bombed, and we were homeless, and it broke up the family. And that was kind of tragic. We were homeless for a couple of 3 months, I think. I know I missed some days at school, and lived with my grandfather, my father's father, and my house, my mother and my grandmother and me. There was no man in the house there. I don't know where my mother's father is. There was no mention of it. Right. So it was the 2 of them and me. So went through high school. This is, Pastor, you got to stop me because I'll talk all day.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, and I really do appreciate the passion that you have for sharing this information with not just me but people around the world. Now, let me ask you this: is this in fact your first publication release, or is this a follow-up to something that you have previously written before?
No, from the readings and stuff, people get thoughts. People get thoughts all day, and some of the thoughts are very prophetic, or what are they called? Epiphany. But we don't write them down, right? So I would get these thoughts. Matter of fact, they said that's what Jimi Hendrix would do. Jimi Hendrix would walk around and he would hear a tune, I was a big Hendrix fan. Anyway, so I would just write stuff down, and after a while, I had put together an essay chronicling my family and who we were and everything, and it just kind of petered out. I let my children read it, and they didn't think much of it. So it had we had our DNA tested, and my mother's mother's mother, because the mother carries the genes, came from the Guinea-Bissau area. So I'm proud to say I'm part Mandingo, but anyway, uh, I don't lost my train of thought. Start
Well, you
talking
know,
so much.
let me say this. I know that there's going to be quite a few people that are chimed into this live on their conversation and/or will receive the rebroadcast of it at some point from an additional location. What would be the process for them if they wanted to reach out and show their love, care, concern, and support, and purchase a copy of this publication in order to find out and read about more details about what's in actually in the publication? What would be the process for them if they wanted to show their support, reach out, and purchase a copy of this publication today?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. Go to Amazon.com and put in the name, Leaving Freedom to Find Peace, or my name, Donald Godfrey, and Donal without the D at the end, Donal, Godfrey, Godfrey. Well, it's here on the screen.
Right.
But yeah, it's on Amazon, and you can order a copy. I used the price of $16.19. I'm not sure if Amazon is still using that price, $16.19. And the significance of $16.19 is that was the year Africans were legally enslaved.
Right.
That was the first year they were legally enslaved. Now, I'm going to say 100 years before that, they were serving, and they were people that were working without being paid.
Right.
But the law was passed in 1619.
Right. Now, I'm going to ask you this now. What if there are some individuals out there and they make a decision, they want to reach out and maybe connect with you on a more individual basis, maybe speak to you more about what's inside or incorporated inside this publication? If they wanted to reach you today, is there some contact information that you don't mind sharing with them today in order to reach out and contact you?
Yeah, you can call this number here. I'm going to give you one that's different from the one that you have. It's 301 789 2209.
Say that one more time.
301 789 2209.
All right.
And,
now, what if I don't?
If I don't pick up, you should be able to leave a message. I want to say it's a new number, but since I came from Africa, I haven't really set that one up proper. So hopefully it'll let you leave a message, though. Right. If I don't answer.
Let me ask you this question, and if you don't mind sharing, after everything that you've been through and reaching the point to where you are today, what would your response be to what's next for Donald Godfrey?
Well, Pastor, I don't even think I've said all the things that I've accomplished yet. Since you and I have been talking, you know some of the things I've accomplished. But, I was in the Navy for 4 years. I was a submariner, a submarine sailor for 4 years. I got out and went into the Coast Guard. I was a radioman, a person that sends out messages in a classified space. We would decrypt information, and it would be routed around the ship, the boat, so people would know what's going on. I did that in the Navy for 4 years as a submariner. Then I joined the Coast Guard, and I was in Coast Guard for 17 years. I became a warrant officer. I was enlisted in the beginning, And about my 18th year, I was warrant the grade of officer. They call it warrant officer. Warrant officers generally don't go to college, but got my college degree. I was 38, 39. Got my college, and then I got my master's because of the GI Bill. Then I went overseas for, I went to Bangkok for 3 years, did some good work over there, learned to speak Thai. Matter of fact, when I told them I was going to Thailand, they said, what do you want to do over there? I said, well, I want to learn to speak Thai. And they said, you'll never learn to speak Thai. You'll be a genius. You'll be a genius if you learn to speak Thai.
Wow.
Like, okay, well, maybe Thai is some language only the Thai people can speak, you know. I went over there, man, and I see these people married to Thai women, these other diplomats coming over speaking Thai. I'm like, wow. I mean, if they can speak Thai, how come? And then, of course, these were white people. If they can speak Thai, how come I couldn't?
Right.
So anyway, I learned to speak Thai. Matter of fact, my son, he was over there with me for a little bit, and he didn't study at all, and he was fluent almost. I think he was fluent. I used to play basketball with him all the time.
Right.
And yeah, and so don't ever let people tell you what you can't do.
That's right.
I mean, if you want to do something, you always hear people say, "Follow your dream," right? And I had a dream of becoming a certified information system security professional, a CISSP. Anybody in IT knows what a CISSP is.
Right.
And people were telling me how difficult the test was, and it was difficult. But I put my mind to it. I had books stacked about 3 feet high that I had to go through and try to understand the stuff that I didn't understand. But because I worked in a classified space, I knew some of the stuff as far as security and classified information, how to handle it. So anyway, I passed the CISSP, got a job.
Uh-oh. It looks like I lost your audio, but since that took place, let me say this. There you are. I got you
Are
now.
you there?
I got you now. Can you hear me okay? Good.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
Okay.
My Bose speakers went off, and so I guess it cut off the mic.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Let me say this. Of course, we know that you have a desire to move forward with what it is that you have a passion to do. I want to simply say, first and foremost, thank you so much for, again, being here with us today. Thank you so much for becoming a part of the GMAP family. And thank you for allowing us to be a part of your journey. I already know for a fact that
Thank you.
You're welcome. And we're going to be inviting you back for a couple of weeks in the very near future to come and break
Is
down.
my time up already?
Oh my goodness! You know what? It's only the beginning, but this is just part. This is just part one of at least 4 or 5 parts, because we're going to be inviting you back next week, and we want you to break down even more information. We're going to have you tell us in more detail about the publication, but I'll give you a call and explain that. But let me say this: you do have our number as well. We want you to use it. Pick up that phone, call, text, chat, tweet, whatever it is that we can do to assist you in any way, shape, form, or fashion to continue to get this information out there into the eyes and ears of the people. We want you to let us know, and we will respond by letting you know. The answer will always be yes, and you will never, ever have to ask us twice. For those that don't know, of course, this conversation will be placed on our YouTube channel. It's going to be aired on our weekly cable television program. It's going to go on a few radio stations. We're going to try and disseminate this information as much and as often as we can. Of course, we want you to show your love, care, concern, and support to Mr. Godfrey and go purchase the book. If you do it through Amazon, we want you to do us a kind favor and please take a few extra moments, leave a review. Leave a
Please,
review. It's so important
please.
for
It is.
Donald. It's important for myself. It's important for Amazon. And it's important for those other individuals that are on the outside looking in. Please leave a review. Let us know what you think, how you feel about the publication, and share it with all of your followers, family, and friends. What I want to do is say thank you so much, and of course, we'll be inviting you back next week to get more in detail. But before
Can I
let's
have
go,
Can I have one more thing? I'll keep it short.
absolutely.
All right. For those people that are truly thinking about leaving, um, you don't have to go to Africa, but you do have to leave here. And you should, this is just my opinion, you should try to sell everything you can and start afresh somewhere else. That way you don't be bringing a lot of, I want to say, baggage with you. Get as much money as you can, sell everything. You can go to a website, and we'll talk about it next time, and you can find out any country in the world, the economy and everything, and how well they're doing, government and everything. But thank you very much, Reverend Kevin, and we'll talk again soon.
Oh, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be reaching out and giving you a call, let you know what's going to be taking place beyond this point. And I am so grateful for you. I know. I tell you, when you get on air and start sharing the information that you have a passion for, it seems like you blink and bam,
God.
yeah. But that's, you know what? That's okay, because this particular platform is going to be one that is going to be more than happy to invite you back week after week to get more in detail about the things that's on your mind, on your heart, and inside this publication. I tell you that. So don't you worry. It's only the beginning. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, dudes and dudettes, we appreciate you being here with myself along with my guest, Donald Godfrey. We want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of your day. Until then, be blessed and be a blessing. Take care, take it easy, and if it's good to you, take it twice. We'll talk to you soon, Donald. You be blessed, okay?
Take care. See you again soon.